Hello and welcome to this set review of Dominaria Remastered. Um, Today we will be looking at the coolest cards or maybe some cycles that I did appreciate about this new set. Um, because I think the cycles are mostly what are really cool pieces of design, and then I have some other notables and just I guess expensive cards basically that you might want to look out for in the new set. So to begin, there is a very big cycle, which is the Tudor cycle, and it will be, of course, um, well, with some very important cards here. We have all five of them for all five of the colors, so this is a really cool cycle. And it has sort of slipped into being a cycle while it wasn't supposed to be, actually. um, but for blue, we have a cycle, or we have a tutor that is all about instants and sorceries. Of course, that is what the color is good at, so it's logical that they have that. And another cool part about this is that they have made new art for these cards as well. So Mystical Tutor got new art. It is a bit full art. It has weird edgings around here. So around the sides is a little bit weird, so that's new. And it has new flavor as well. Wisdom is a well that never runs dry. It offers the most to those with the deepest thirst for knowledge, which is another card, so that's cool. Enlightened Tutor, so we know this one from being an artifact or enchantment tutor. Could be good in the decks that like that, but is of course a little bit specific. I don't know if you'll. Oh, it seems to be good. All right. And the new art for it is very, how shall we call it? I guess it's well put together. It's a it's strokey, let's say that. So it's as if someone painted it, and I think that's really cool. Wisdom is a precious heirloom to be passed down faithfully from each generation to the next. So that is a sort of green color philosophy. Maybe it's even black. The only thing that's in the color is the word faithfully. But still, cool. New art, anyways. Vampiric Tutor is the best one, of course. The only downside here is that you lose 2 life, but then you can get any card. And is all the art from the... No, it's not, but this is from the same artist as Enlightened Tutor. And this one says, oh, it's all about wisdom. That's pretty cool. Wisdom is a throne, so they all tell us what the colors think about wisdom then. Wisdom is a throne, a seat of power that only the strong are worthy to occupy, the ones that can pay 2 life. Gamble, where the downside is that you have to discard a card at random, and this is a little bit dangerous, of course, because you could discard the card that you were looking for, and maybe you don't have a way to get it back from your graveyard. But if you do, this is just as good, or maybe even better, because you get to discard it, maybe, than the Vampiric Tutor. So I don't know why this is well, still so cheap. I guess there's a chance there, especially since there will be a reprint here. And the new art is about a goblin that is looking for knowledge, but maybe does it in a little bit of a dangerous way with this magic. And the fact that there is a chain coming from this book means that it is probably a demon that gave him this knowledge. What's the worst that could happen? Well, losing your soul, probably. And the green one can search for a creature, which is also very strong. And because people like creatures, and they are what usually wins you the game in green, I think that's why it's probably very popular. The other art, is again from Richard. So 3 of the tutors were made by him. And here green says wisdom is a seed, nurtured with patience and care. It will bear new fruits each season. So a little bit of knowledge about knowledge from every color. Um, then we have a cycle where we have three color um, uh, rares. So we have Esper, Naya, all those three colored pairs. So we have Sir the Enchanter, which is a very popular commander, I believe. I have played against a bit, but I don't know what the rates are or something. Sir remained aloof from Tertiaire suffering. I never looked at it while knowing as much as I did about Dominaria, so I think that's pretty interesting to learn more and then look back at those cards. Um, but he stayed away from the suffering, intent only on his own perfection. And that does sound very Esper of him. So, yeah, cool that they reprinted him, and especially since he is so popular and hated still. Xera, I think, Arian, is the Jaunt one. So she's an insect wizard. I don't know if there are many insect wizards in our world of magic. I don't think so. Her wits are sharp, but her blades are sharper. Very Jaunt indeed, about killing people and being sharp with her blades. She can choose a player to draw a card. So, but that does cost you in total 6 mana. So I don't know why this would be very good. Maybe because you can use it for politics, but still a little bit weird. I challenge you to make a good commander deck out of this. Rith the Awakener, a 6 mana one. I don't really know if these were supposed to be very good rares or something, but this one is a 6/6 with flying for 6 mana is already pretty good. So in this case, yes. When he deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 3 mana. So cultivate mana. If you do choose a color, then create a 1/1 for each permanent of that color. On the battlefield, I assume. And for each permanent of that color in total, I think on the battlefield. Maybe. But that is pretty strong as you get a lot of 1/1s as well. And that's just for 3 mana. If you can get 3/1/1s, that will be strong already. And that will be very easy. Then we have Sol Kanar. I think a return of him as well, as we've seen him in Dominaria. All the power of a marrow sorcerer, all the mindless fury of a pit lord. He is a perfect servant, says Gaedron Diada. He has Swamp Walk, so a lot of people won't be able to block the 5/5, and whenever a player casts a black spell, you gain you gain 1 life. So he's against the color. But he also likes it whenever someone plays them, so maybe he's not really against them. We have Arcades, which is 8 mana for 7/7 with flying, so that stat line is not worth it yet. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you have to sacrifice the Elder Dragon unless you pay 3 mana. So this is another cycle from the Elder Dragons. And then each untapped creature you control gets +0/+2 as long as it's not attacking. So that's not a very strong effect, I would say. Maybe for walls it is in the walls deck, and when you can attack and make the toughness the power. Or you can give him some more toughness. So is that good? Well, in that one deck, it will be usable but hard to cast. So no. Then we have a cycle which is about the split lands. And I have to use this because they are on their side. But the fun thing that I noticed about this is that there are 5 in allied colors, and then there are 5 in enemy colors, and it shows in the cards themselves. So we have Assault and Battery, which is about dealing 2 damage to any target, and then creating a creature. So this is all about being aggressive, getting damage in, and stuff like that. So that is very cruel, of course. Then we have in Golgarian, we have Life and Death, which are to them 2 sides of the same coin, of course. All lands you control become 1/1s, so that could be a game finisher. Or return target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. You lose life equal to its mana value, and you probably will want to finish the game with that as well. And that is a strong effect, by the way. Return target creature card from the graveyard to your battlefield. And it's not a wow. Okay, losing life isn't that much of a cost if you can get a win con out of your graveyard again. But Rakdos, which is about destruction, making people discard cards with pain, and suffering, which destroys a land. Then we have Demir, countering a spell or destroying a creature, of course, things that they like to do. They are really the controlling, hateful deck. Um, and then the last allied colored split card is Stand and Deliver, which is about survival, returning a permanent to its owner's hand to defend yourself or preventing a bit of damage. And then we have the enemy colors, which are about different things like night and day, which is, of course, a juxtaposition, which is about making someone weaker or making all your creatures stronger, or maybe from your opponents that are attacking each other. Then we have Wax and Wane, which is, of course, becoming stronger in this case and exploding as an enchantment. And then we have Order and Chaos, which are very different as well, which is about exiling a creature that's attacking you for defense or making your opponents unable to block. And then we have Fire and Ice, which is again something that is very opposed to each other, which says deal 2 damage divided and you choose among 1 or 2 targets. So dealing damage or drawing some cards and making the game longer. And then we have Illusion and Reality, which are about destroying an artifact because that is very green and they want to be in reality, I guess, or target spell or permanent becomes the color of your choice until the end of turn. I guess being an illusion, this one is a bit weird. And then we have some other cool cards. We have Yawgmoth, which is, of course, going to be very expensive again, but might drive the price down a little bit, but this is, of course, an expensive set as well. Sneak Attack, which is an insane reprint that we really needed as well, because it's a very strong enchantment that can definitely win you the game in not too long of time. Definitely if you can get your creatures back that you sacrifice, or you have some sort of synergy with that. Sylvan Library, of course, something everyone wants to play, because who doesn't want to draw 3 times as many cards? Lyra, I just thought was cool that she got new art, because she is a bit of a fan favorite for at least people who like Angel Tribal. And her flavor is new as well. An angel among angels, she carries the hope of the world skyward. So there's still some hope. And then I thought this was just cute. It's a new art, I think, where Slimefoot turned a book back into fungus because he thought that he was asked to gather knowledge, and this was the way he knew how to do that. So that is really cute new art there. So that was it. I want to make this pretty short. I think this one is 50 minutes. Yeah, very well done. I took the cards that are interesting to me and just showed them to you. So I hope you appreciate and have a nice day.